into the comment. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live Akashic Messages with me, Natasha. I will be jumping into the Akashic Records for the next hour to support you with messages. The way these work are usually I ask you to place all your requests in the chat. I ask you to do them in capital letters because this is a beautiful supportive group, and that helps me to discern what is for me and what is supportive messages for all of you. You can ask anything, whether it be work, business, or personal, your health. When you request a clearing, I tend to do it for the entire group because there's power in group. And usually there's something about a group that brings us all together, that helps us with what it is that we're, going through. So there's always that link that is there, which is beautiful. So, let me know your requests. And usually what I'll do is I'll start us off with creating a safe and grounded space. And let's see what we do. The messages that I give are completely random. And yeah, I hope to get through as many people as possible. I usually connect in using your name. So if that is, if your handle is not your name, I'd really appreciate you giving me first, second name, or at least your first name, whatever you're comfortable with. So let's jump in. And I invite you to close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And feel your breath. Notice as you breathe in, are you breathing it into your chest or down into your stomach? I invite you with every breath to take that a little bit deeper. And as you exhale, release the tension, the stress, any negativity or anxiety that you might be feeling. And let it all go. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. I invite you to find a rhythm of breathing that is ideal for you. And bring your attention to the soles of your feet. Set the intention to open up those energy centers. Start to allow an exchange of energy between you and Mother Earth. See it like white light, like mycelium moving up through your body. This is the crystalline energy of Mother Earth, the energy that feeds all living things. And if, as you visualize the source of this energy, you see that it goes deep into the center of the earth. This is her feeding all of us. And as we start to see the aerial picture, we start to see that this crystalline energy feeds every living thing, and that we too are an extension of nature. And as we bring this energy up into our bodies, allow it to nourish, to replenish, to replace, to nurture every single cell within your body. And we start to feel grounded and connected to all living things. And I invite you to bring your focus inwards into your heart and connect in with the divinity that you already are. And we start to remember that we are soul having a physical experience, that we are a divine spark, an aspect of creator experiencing itself through this perspective, the perspective of our lives. And allow that light to shine bright within your heart. Send this energy up your spine, out through the crown of your head, up into the cosmos. Allow it to connect to every living thing out there, yonder, to the stars, to the suns, to the moons. Also an aspect of creator. Also an aspect of us. And as we bring in this energy back into the body, we activate the frequencies of Christ consciousness. This is the energy of unconditional love, compassion, ascension, and expansion. Activate that once more within your body and remember that we are both completely divine and completely human, all at the same time. A soul having a physical experience. Divinity expressing itself from your perspective. And I call forward our guides, our angels, and I ask to create a safe and sacred space for all of us here today, individually and collectively, for those that are watching live and those that will watch later. May you receive the messages that your soul desires. Allow me to be that vessel to deliver those messages. And I open the records. Keepers of the Akashic Records, please open and allow me access to the records of the group and provide a safe and sacred space for our highest good, our healing, allowing us the courage to step into our highest potential. The records are now open, the records are now open, the records are now open. And the message for you today is there might be a lot of chaos that is happening now and will continue to happen over the next few months. Note that chaos is really two worlds coming together. Two worlds synchronizing. The world of what was, turning into the world what is becoming. And when these two realities meet, there is sometimes that divine spark that may cause chaos, that may cause conflict, that may cause a disturbance. But note that these energies are coming into place to clear the old in order to bring in the new. So embrace the new, embrace the old and set it free. Allow it to go with blessings, with love, and with compassion. And these are the people, the places, the circumstances in your lives. Release them. All those that no longer serve. Note that we own nothing on this planet. Even our bodies are borrowed at this time. Our children are not ours, perhaps for a little bit. But we are all part of a system, uniquely moving forward our way. But do not worry as we move through the next 3, 4 months, 5 months. It is perhaps the calm before the storm. It is the eclipse season that will bring in the changes in the tides and in the waters For some of you, it might be quite emotional, but feel those feelings 100% and let them go. Ask yourselves, how will I respond? How have I changed? And it can be as simple as a decision. From today, I will no longer do this or that. From now on, I will step into the highest potential version of myself. And this is how I walk, how I talk, how I move forward. But as you learn to start collaborating with the universe, because you are never alone, you always have, you've just never done it consciously. Once you realize that you do have a conscious partner working with you constantly, you will be able to ask and request. You will be able to respond. You will be able to mold your lives consciously, where things stop happening to you and you start creating and opening up the pathways for things that you desire, for those opportunities to drop in, and they will do, coming in and laying the pathway to your next journey, to your next adventure. So do not worry. Allow, surrender, step in the space of receiving. Know that what you are receiving is always working for you. Know that you've asked for it and it has presented itself. Perhaps not how you expected it, but it is presenting itself. So follow your yellow brick road of joy. Follow that yellow brick road to happiness. Follow that yellow brick road fueled by emotion. Remember, those yellow bricks are the heaviness, the traumas, the limitations that you've experienced, those pebbles that you carry that are so heavy. Drop them down into the ground, let them go, and use them as a stepping stone into your next space, into your next adventure, into your next cycle. Use that weight as the knowledge and wisdom that you've experienced but no longer wish to carry. Use that by dropping it and pave the direction in which you would prefer. No more collecting rocks. No more connecting weight. It's time to let go. It's time to be free. It's time to have faith in yourselves and the universe, because the universe does have your back. It always has. Thank you. Okay. Whew. Let's connect in. Just grabbing a pencil so that I can see who are we going to connect into first. And I'm going to connect into Danica, Starlight. Let's just write you down. Okay. Hi, Natasha. I'm wondering how to get unstuck in my life, especially in finances. Thank you. So as you get unstuck, it's somehow it feels that, you know, sometimes we get stuck in the sense or in the way that we need life or we need things to work out in a certain way. And that restricts that collaboration between you and the universe. And it's quite interesting because what I'm feeling is on a collective basis, they're ramping up the energy frequency of lack, of survival, of stuckness in finances, so that we become a little bit kind of like stagnant. But know that when we find our place in being stuck or stagnant, it means that we're resisting the way or the direction in moving forward that is actually in alignment with us. So that stuckness comes from a place of resistance in moving in the direction that we're supposed to go rather than in the direction that we prefer or that we desire. So I will create a clearing to help move you in that direction that we're needing to go. And I'll create a clearing for all of our finances to flow freely. And it's important to note that what is your relationship with your finances? What is your relationship with money? If money were a person, how do you feel about them? You know, do you invite them in? Do you nurture them? Do you hold them? Or do you try and kind of like get rid of them as quickly as we can? Do we know that we're worthy of sitting at the table? You know, do we know that, you know, you know, it's what is your relationship with money and with finances, and then your deservability um, in receiving all that is good in life. And sometimes we're even when we ask, we're a little bit kind of like afraid to ask for stuff. So, you know, sometimes we'll ask for 1 million where we could be asking for 10 million or more. So there is it's we're quite limited sometimes in how we ask for stuff as well. So yeah, it's important to have a look at that and knowing that you're worthy and deserving. And there's a trust that comes in allowing creator to have your back. And a great way to get those things moving is to step into that space of gratitude of what we already have. Because sometimes we're so used to focusing on the bills, we're so used to focusing on what we don't have, which is very much a survival instinct, that we forget to focus on what we do have. And sometimes that aspect of you know, gratitude for what we do have tends to bring more things to be grateful for, which is important. And another good trick as well is that when we do pay our bills, to do it with happiness and saying kind of like, yeah, I do have money to pay this bill, you know, which means that you will have money to pay for any bill that comes through as well. So it's a very much a shift in that belief system as well. But let's do a quick clearing for everybody. And for you, I'm focusing on you, Danica. So thank you for bringing this up, because once we do a clearing for you, we do it for everybody in the group. So that's beautiful. Thank you. I'm just focusing in on you. And I'm calling in all of us as well. And I call us in, and I see us all in a circle, creating a beautiful current outside of our feet, touching and holding hands. And I call in the violet flame of Saint Germain to move through our records, our physical, our etheric, our mental, and our emotional bodies, clearing, cleansing, dissolving all frequencies of lack. I ask for the violet flame of Saint Germain to cleanse, clear, release, dissolve, and transmute any blocks, any stagnation, any limitations around receiving an abundance of health, wealth, happiness, joy, love. I ask to clear all blocks on our bank accounts, to clear all blocks in our own belief systems around worthiness and deservability. And I activate, bringing in the codes that we are worthy and deserving of all that is good in life. We are worthy and deserving of living an expanded life. And I ask to cleanse, clear, release, dissolve, and transmute not only the limiting beliefs, but the competing beliefs that we have around being of service, around being known that we are taken care of, dissolving the distrust, clearing all chakras so that we are able to create what we envision, so that we are able to create lives that are free, that are happy, that are filled with abundance in all areas. I release all limitations and I activate the remembrance that abundance and prosperity is our birthright. And as I do this, I activate the ancestral keys and codes of intergenerational wealth, whether it be knowledge, whether it be wisdom, health, whether it be love, whether it be financial abundance, whether it be time wealth, activating the prosperity, allowing it to flow. from our genes, our genetics, our DNA, activating that ancestral wealth that we already are. This is my will, and so it is. Take a deep breath and exhale. Okay, I hope that that was supportive for you, Danica. Okay, hi, Michaela. Let's do you next. Love a message, please. Okay, let's connect into you. So as soon as I connect into your records, Michaela, I just feel this beautiful sense of having joy. So if you're not doing it, absolutely jump into start having fun and joy because it's your time to play. So my formula is not only work hard, but it's work hard, play hard, and rest hard. So it's time for you to play hard and enjoy. It's bringing in that fun into your life will activate the creativity that will take you into your next direction, your next adventure, and it will start to open up for you. I'm seeing it's opening up different timelines of possibility that will start to unfold as you start to see life as a game, as a challenge, as a not as a challenge as in a like a heavy challenge, but as in kind of like, oh, challenge accepted. I wonder if I can do this. But it's yeah, for you, it's like I just see you smiling. I see you wearing almost kind of like a white dress and a cowboy hat almost, but it's time to have fun. It's let your hair down, and yeah, that's the message for you. You're at the moment is you're in the space of flow, and if you want to accelerate it, you do that by bringing joy back into your life again. Don't worry, universe has your back. You'll be financially okay. Everything is unfolding as it needs to be. Be patient, is what they're saying. And a way to accelerate that is to have fun. So I hope that that is supportive for you, Michaela. Lily, what does it mean to be spiritually grounded while making tough decisions? Can this assist with leadership and integrity? Yes, absolutely. Let's connect into a message around that. So, to be spiritually grounded is completely important in the sense that just like an electricity, like a plug, it needs that earthing cable to allow the electricity to flow. We need to become grounded in order to, the more grounded we are, the higher realms we're able to access the information that we are needing to connect to. Because when we are ungrounded, we become quite flighty. And it's like a balloon that really has no anchor to it. So sometimes it can become quite anxious and overwhelming, and it's not supportive at all. So we would say that it is completely imperative to be grounded while making tough decisions. As it can not only assist with the leadership, but assist with the growth and with the expansion. Because again, once we're grounded, making those tough decisions, whatever emotions arise from making those decisions, there is a grounding filter, so it doesn't have to stay in the body, which causes the overwhelm and the short circuiting. So to be grounded, there is a space. Remember when Natasha did the meditation at the beginning. There's an exchange of energy with you and Mother Earth when we're grounded and connected into this whole network and mycelium of energy. It is what it does is it takes in those emotions and it recycles them through this massive network. So you don't have to do it all by yourselves. There's a misconception that everything is done by yourselves. It is not. Work with the elements to support you in this journey and work with the elements to propel you forward in the direction you're wanting to go in. Another aspect of not being grounded when making these decisions is that you have so much information available to you because you spend a lot of your time in the upper chakras, so mainly your third eye and your crown. that it doesn't actually allow you to filter the energy in through the heart, which it becomes a miss, and you end up kind of like making decisions from more of a logic perspective rather than a full-bodied expression of what is really in alignment with you physically, mentally, and emotionally, and consciously for the people that you're working with. So it becomes very much cerebral, which is based on perhaps old strategies that don't work for you, perhaps on old strategies that need to be updated. So it's you go with what you think you know, you go with what you've learned rather than what is the latest information of consciously doing business or leading from a place of not only heart but of mind as well. So it is absolutely imperative that you ground yourselves as often as possible because, again, your physical body is a big indication of your gut instinct. It works with all the chakras. So note that you're working with a full body system when you're grounded, as opposed to just a couple of your chakras, or a couple of systems when you're ungrounded. So it is very much recommended to be grounded. I hope that that is supportive and that helped in that way. Okay. So let's move through. Let's see who is next. I'm going to go with Joe Megan. Okay, so Joe says, I would appreciate any guidance from my Akashic records I need for my highest good, and happy Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays are very happy for me because I get to do this with all of you guys, so it's pretty awesome. So let's connect into your records, Joe Megan. Okay, so as soon as I connect into your records, I automatically get a lot of pressure in my head. So I think that there's been a lot of thinking that's been going on right now. And so, kind of like the previous message, is bringing in the thinking to a feeling. So it's in bringing that into alignment. And the thing is, I feel that, or what I'm seeing is that you know which direction you want to go in. You're just resisting it because you're worried about what people will think, and perhaps even what judgments, or you sometimes also worry whether you're making the right decision or not. And they're saying that, one, who cares about what people think? They're not walking your journey. They don't have the same blueprint as you. So it's okay. It's got, sometimes you listen to what they have to say, but don't lead your life based on what it is that, those limitations that they carry. So people are going to judge you anyway. So do what you want to do, and do it your way, which is quite important in that sense. But it's almost kind of like the answers. You've just been kind of like hesitant to make those decisions. So those decisions are the right decisions when they're in alignment. And even when we do make the proverbial mistake, it's not really a mistake. It's just a different way of getting, or a little bit, sometimes it's a little bit longer way of getting to what we need to get to. So it's yeah, it's all roads lead to Rome. It just depends on how you're going to get there. And following your joy is usually the fastest way to get there as well, and the easiest way too. Um, so I hope that that is supportive for you. Okay. Hi, Tammy from Australia. May I have a message from my guides? Sure, Tammy. Let's see. Welcome. Must be pretty late where you are. Thank you for asking the question. Okay. Tammy, so as soon as I connect into your records, I automatically feel it. You're working through ancestral lineage stuff, feeling very much in the masculine era. So, your paternal bloodline. And there's also something quite heavy in your heart that feels there's still some grief or some pain or some pressure that needs to be looked at and released in order to it's like this heaviness is this kind of like feel into it, see what it is, have a conversation with your chest, with your heart, ask what it's asking, and one thing you can do is just take a couple of breaths and breathe in, place your hand on your heart and connect into it again as if it were a person and ask it, if it were to speak, what would it say? And give that heart of yours a voice, and whatever grief that is in there, feel it 100%. It's important to move through these emotions, and then let them go. Uh, so it's not only is it your heart that's heavy, but there's quite a lot of thinking as well for you that is going on right now. So absolutely that grounding aspect of going within and saying, okay, what do I really want to do? What does the highest expression of Tammy look like? If Tammy had all the money in the world and all the time in the world, how would she respond to life? How would she be of service? So it's really stepping into to that. If all your dreams were fulfilled, what are those dreams and how would you walk through life? Because that is, if you see it, you can create it. So yeah, absolutely. This is a change of cycle for you. Uh, Grief is an important process of letting go what was, before stepping into what can be, and what is. So, sending you lots and lots of love. But yeah, you've got this. And you're a powerful manifester. So, start using that. That is a gift. That is your spidey sense. So, step into that. Okay. Hope that that was supportive for you. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go back up again. Okay, Margaret D. So good to see you again as well, Margaret D. Which pattern and underlying belief is most holding me back from my next chapter? And may I please receive a clearing for this? Yes, absolutely. So let's connect into your records, Margaret. Okay, so what I'm feeling automatically as soon as I connect into your records is kind of like my right ear is kind of like, it feels like you're not really listening, to, it's almost like your heart desires to go in one direction, but you're not really listening, is what it feels like. So it's almost kind of like you're also at the same time needing to be seen and to be heard, which is important. And it's releasing the fear of that, of stepping into the limelight of, being who you are unapologetically. And this is also coming in from your maternal lineage. That is where the limitation or the limiting belief or the underlying belief is that, it's almost kind of like it's almost like children should be seen and not heard, and you're moving through that being seen again, and it's almost kind of like, it's don't boast about all the awesomeness that you are, because that's called boasting, instead of going, yeah, I am that, instead of owning that power, instead of owning that gift. There's a belief system that comes in that it's about, it's not good, to own the good things that you are, and that's part of your unique blueprint. So start owning them and saying, when you receive a compliment, yes, I agree with it, say thank you, and own it, embody it, because that is important, for you to do that. Okay, I'm just going to scan your body and then just see what it is. So it's definitely throat chakra clearing in your ears. So I call in the violet flame of Saint Germain to move through all chakras, clearing all chakras on all layers, all levels, and all dimensions. But I bring in the violet flame into your ears, your jaw, your throat, your heart, and your third eye, focusing specifically, even more intensely on these. And I ask to clear all belief systems, all blocks, and all limitations around stepping into your highest potential and owning your gifts in all timelines, in all dimensions, and in all realities. I release the cords, the tethers, the attachments, the links, the ties to the ancestors or to this aspect of not expanding, of playing small, that you carry, that is no longer yours to carry. It's okay to be seen. It's okay to be heard. It's okay to speak your truth. And I clear all past lifetimes where you've done this. And this I'm clearing for all that has ended up in very, very harsh situation. I clear all trauma from this lifetime and past lifetime, all belief systems around being seen, around being heard, in all timelines, in all dimensions, and in all realities. This is my will, and so it is. Take a deep breath and exhale. Okay. Let's see, James. James Roger. Hello, Natasha. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you too. I would love a message from Spirit. Lots of love and light. So, James, as I connect into your records, you're releasing quite a lot right now, and it's important. Sometimes you feel tired. It's important to honor that, in and take some rest. It's time again. It's play hard, work hard, rest hard, and you're going into the space of resting hard, as well, and some time out, not only for you but for your family as well. It's important to regenerate your batteries before you move into this next cycle as kids go to school, as things change in your work. It feels like there's going to be a lot of change in September and October for you, so things are unfolding. So they're asking you to take some time to rest because it will prepare you for the wheels of change that can sometimes, take you off your off balance sometimes, or worry you more than it needs to. So yeah, the message for you is rest. Yeah, it's like take advantage of the calm before the change. It's important so that you can move through the storm with strength and with courage that you already have, because that will be the fastest way to do it. But you're in preparation for the next few months, not only with what's happening with work, but for the unfolding or the starting the ball moving with your business as well. And your kids are needing it too. So yeah, it's rest hard is your message. I hope that that is supportive for you as well. Okay, so let's connect into Rad Dad Wisdom. Okay, hi, Casey. Okay, Casey. Um, Love you and thank you for the work that you do. Sending lots of love back to you as well. What do you get when you tap into my records? Let's connect into you. So as soon as I connect into your records, absolutely, it's very, very expansive. The first thing that came through for me as well is you're moving through your maternal lineage. But what I'm getting about that is it's also connected very much into an expansive heart that you already are. So it's opening up all of that. It's almost kind of like this lifetime for you has been about nurturing, caring, and bringing in that love and anchoring that love into everything that you do, especially as a parent, as a partner, in all areas of your life. So there's very much this heart expansive opening for you, because your ancestors, what I'm seeing is they had to shut it down in order to survive, and a big part of your journey is opening that up for the generations to come, opening up that ability to love, opening up that allowance of being vulnerability, opening up and doing the work, as we say, from a spiritual side, because that will help everybody around you, not only those that have walked before you, those that are here, and those that are still yet to come. So you're changing those patterns, for you, which is important. So yeah, very much a heart-centered living and learning to open up that portal, which is your love, your heart that is full of love. You're also very, very intuitive, so this is a great spiritual journey. You've always been awake and aware ever since you were little, but this is you stepping back into your power once more and activating love and compassion through vulnerability, which is actually strength. So well done, you, and thank you for doing that work for all of us as well. Um, okay, let's see. Where do we go next? Okay. Emily G. Hi, Natasha. I hope you are doing amazing. I am. It was wonderful. If there was guidance from my guides about me and South Africa, oh, that's very close to my heart, or just whatever wants to come through. Thank you so much. Okay, let's connect into you. A lot of maternal lineage stuff coming up. And I don't know if it's because Africa, the mother, but it's so there's a very special connection between you and South Africa, in the sense of, and I'm seeing more Table Mountain than anywhere else in South Africa, and the reason they're showing me that is because if Cape Town were to, if there was any place on earth that were to be feng shuied, Cape Town would be that in a city. And that brings in quite a lot of balance for you. I feel that there's business opportunity there for you as well, but it's almost kind of like, it's it's almost kind of like there's a remembrance that is as beautiful as it is equally wild and dangerous. But there's still a lot that is there. And if you're there or thinking of going there, visit Table Mountain is definitely one of the wonders of the earth, a beautiful portal that is there. But it's almost kind of like you need only carry the gene keys or the gene codes, and I don't know why they're bringing in gene codes as well. I usually see them as just as light codes, but it's there's a genetic aspect of it, and it's almost like you're doing a lot of mother healing, and South Africa is part of that, connecting into the motherland is what they are saying. I hope that that is supportive for you. So there's quite a lot of codes in South Africa, whether you visit it physically or energetically. There's a lot that she has to offer you. There's quite a lot of gifts that are there for you. Okay. Um, let's go. Angela. Hi, Natasha. May I please have help clearing my lungs? Yes, I've been sick for 3 weeks. Oh, that's long. That's too long, Angela. Let's see what's going on in your lungs. Okay, so I'm not only feeling it in your lungs, but I'm feeling it kind of like in all your bronchial tubes, coming of like up into your throat as well. And the message that I'm getting around your lungs, and I will clear them, I've already started, flowing in violet flame into your lungs and into everybody else that needs them as well. In the sense that there's a lot of grief that is underlying in there, and there's fear of taking in the next step, fear of really fear of dying for some of you, but there's a fear that is happening in not only in your lungs but in your heart, and kind of like you're not breathing in all that we're able to breathe in. And it's quite interesting because I'm being asked that as the violet flyer moves, I'm putting in the spiritual essences of camphor into your lungs to just really, really open up that breathing and allowing yourself to breathe all that is good in life, for you. And it's important to let go of whatever it is that you're holding for in your lungs. And it feels like there is a grief that you carry from young childhood. Somehow I'm seeing it might be connected into your father as well. So there's this request to, there's a forgiveness that needs to happen, but they're asking you, just because this is a good practice, connect into your lungs, just like the message came in earlier, to connect into the heart and have that conversation with your lungs. So it's important to connect in at that way and ask, okay, what does it need? What is the memory? Who is it that you need to forgive? Who is it that you're needing to release, which is important. And one way of doing that is to, once you look at it as who it is that you want, you can do it two ways, either connect into your lungs and ask, who is it that you need to forgive at this moment? Or just allow from your physical, mental, and emotional aspects the forgiveness out to all that have harmed you. But this one feels like it's more specific. It feels like it's childhood, around about 7, 8 years old. There's something within there that needs to be forgiven. So write them a letter. Whoever it is, write them a letter, pour out all your heart into it. Don't worry about spelling, grammar, language, or any of that. And then just burn it, release it, let it go, and then look at, how has it shaped you into the person you are today? And then if that brings in gratitude, then that is just one step forward in that forgiveness, which is beautiful. Okay, I hope that was supportive for you, Angela. Okay, Ashta, let's go in for you. Any messages from my guides about my stay at this house and a clearing for my home also, please? Okay, excellent. Thank you. Yeah, feeling into your home, it feels a little bit kind of like heavy. It's almost like it doesn't feel like it's your rules. It doesn't feel like it's your energy that's there. It's almost like you're playing to somebody else's energy, somebody else's rules, and it doesn't feel comfortable because you can't completely feel yourself where you are right now. So let me just clear that for you, and for all of us that are here. So thank you for that request. For Ashta and everybody else on this call, including myself, I call in the violet flame of Saint Germain to move through our homes, clearing, cleansing, dissolving, transmuting any stagnancy, any static distortion and interference, clearing all sorts of lower vibrational frequencies, all jealousies, all disharmony, all blocks, all jealousy, all limitations. I ask for this to be cleansed, cleared, released, dissolved, and transmuted. I clear all cords, all tethers, all attachments, all links, all ties that do not support this home. I clear all energy frequencies that are not yours. I clear all energy frequencies that are dense, that are dark. I ask that all spiritual beings or entities that are within your home or anybody else's home to get out now, to move through into a space that is more in alignment with them, and we send them away with love and with peace, but they are not welcome in this home unless they are here to support an expansion, unless they are of a high vibrational frequency. And I call forward into our homes the energy of love, of harmony, and of peace, bringing in joy into our homes, bringing in safety. This is my will, and so it is. Okay, thank you. I hope that that was supportive for you as well. Let's see, where are we next? Okay, Caroline Allen. Okay, hi Natasha. May I have your support and wisdom? My friend took his life last month. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Can you tell me if he's at peace? Suicide seems to run in his family. Thank you for that info. Caroline, I can tap in, but I'm more into the I don't know if I can connect into his records, also without a name, but let's just see. Okay, he seems quite young. Okay, I am just surrounding him right now with the violet fire. And I'm calling in the archangels and angels to come and fetch him. I'm just shedding in some light. Asking to cleanse, clear, release, dissolve the anguish that he was feeling. In all timelines, in all dimensions, and in all realities. And I'm seeing them handing him over to his family that has transitioned already. And I'm seeing a young man, almost like a brother, coming to fetch him. And then it's almost kind of like I'm seeing a whole family coming to fetch him now that I look up. And there's a beautiful union that is happening. And he's turning around and he's saying, he says, I'm sorry. He says, I had to leave. It was time. And he says, thank you for all the love that he experienced. And that there was nothing anybody could have done. There's no blame to be placed anywhere. It was part of his journey. And he thanks you for your friendship. Because you got to see him. You got to see his soul. You got to see who he really was. So there's so much gratitude for that. He's okay. Thank you. And I'm just sending in love to all of his family and healing. Because him leaving when he did shifted the entire family completely. It almost shook them up so that it births their purpose. It gives them a realization of what is life. So it's, yeah, it's a lot more than that. Okay. Okay, so let's come in. Let's see, who else are we there? Okay, so let's go to Lindsay. Hi, Natasha. My dog Kona has had a cornea ulcer that is not showing signs of improvement with treatment. Do you see it healing eventually? Let me just connect into your dog. Oh my God, this energy is so sweet. I'm just going to place some healing over her eyes. Let's see if I can remove it. I feel that it can be healed completely. And I'm asking the spirit guides to continue to work to clear it and heal your dog. And I do see it healing completely. Okay. Sending you lots of love and sending lots of healing to both of you because it's there's always an interlink that is there. Okay. Okay. Jeff, let's connect into your records as well. Okay, thank you for the beautiful message and meditation, Natasha. You're so welcome. May I please have a message from my guides as I start a new year of teaching? Thanks very much. Okay, beautiful. So, Jeff, as soon as I connect into your records, I just feel happy, and with you teaching, I see you in front of a classroom, and that is your expanded phase. So many teachers right now, in that sense, it becomes a job, but for you, it's a vocation. And you touch many lives of so many people, and this year is no different for you. There's a little bit of frustration in the system, but you will have a bit of freedom to teach things your way. So it's important for you. Yeah, times are changing. There's going to be this year for you. There's going to be some very very interesting characters that you deal with as they are every year. But it's there's nothing to do. It is who you are. There's actually you have three beautiful guides that you work with when you do teach, which is quite beautiful. Depending on not only the subject but the different classes that you have, different spiritual support that comes to connect in with you. And help you connect in with the children. So note that there's no accident when they look at who you're teaching as well. Everybody is directly guided. You have contracts with everybody that you teach, which is beautiful. And it's so interesting because I'm seeing a past life of yours, and I can't tell if you were Greek or Roman, but and I see you teaching kind of like maths and philosophy, which is quite beautiful, and connecting in the two. So, yeah, you're extremely good at what you do. Education systems will be changing, but yeah, it's no, it's you're completely guided, and you're absolutely doing what you need to do right now, which is beautiful. So thank you for doing what you do. Okay. I hope that that is supportive for you, Jeff. Okay, Emily, let's just see. Hi, Natasha. I'm quite depressed lately. I feel incredibly lonely and powerless. May I have any guidance or healing that could help me? How do I get free at last when I feel trapped? Absolutely. Okay, let's connect in. Let's see what they're saying. Let's see how I can support you. Yeah, so I'm feeling very much the pressure kind of like in my head, and it's almost kind of like I actually feel like I need to do this almost kind of a thing. The important thing right now is for you to take your time and to go within, which is important. And when we're in the space sometimes of depression, and why we want to sleep is because deep rest is needed as you recalibrate, as you change, as you really shift into it's we go into almost a nothingness, a no thingness, when we're in that space of darkness. And what they're saying is remember that when you're in a space of darkness is because you're being seeded, you're being planted. So take that time to allow that seed to plant, because this experience that you're going through is going to propel you into something that you've been waiting for. It's going to propel you, but you're needing that time of deep rest right now. You're not trapped. It's a perception, a perspective that you're in, but you feel that way because, and it is true, your perception is true, but it's almost kind of like it's you're needing to take that deep rest and surrender to allow that movement to happen. So it's almost kind of like they're actually showing me. I've come close to death a few times. One of the times was when I was almost drowned in the sea when I was like 19, 20, around there. And it was almost kind of like it got to a stage where I was so tired of swimming and struggling that I looked up to the sky and I had this kind of like surrender. It's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to be, taken. And all of a sudden that calm and peacefulness just came in. And I remember the skies were so blue that day, and I kind of like blacked out. And then when I came to, I got thrown to the rocks into the side and managed to kind of like climb my way out of the sea. So it's almost like there's that space of, that surrender of to life, but allowing that next phase to come in for you. But it's that deep rest in looking at, okay, where am I going to next? What do I want to really create? Because you've been living your life for other people rather than yourself. And that's where that stuckness comes in, because there is that what you want to do and what other people want you to do, or what you think other people want you to do. That is the trap. That's where that resistance kind of like comes in, and where it feels uncomfortable. So deep rest to go within to decide, okay, this is how I want to emerge from that. But there's an acceptance, a surrender of, this is where I am, but I'm moving into this new phase, and realizing that everything changes, nothing stands still. This will move past it, but surrendering to it and really going deep within will help you move through this a little bit faster as well. It also feels that there's like a little bit of anger that needs to be expressed, a little bit of resentment that needs to be expressed as well, in order to be let go of, so that you can move through this. So I'm sending you lots and lots and lots of love. Um, there's a few Reiki healings that I have on my channel. Have a look at them. There's some for empowerment, and I think there's one for chakra clearing as well, and that will help to go deeper into to clearing out what you no longer want to hold on to. I'll put a couple of links in the description afterwards into this video, so please come back and have a look through the description. They will be there as well. Okay. Oh my goodness, time really goes by fast when I'm with you guys. Okay, let's see. Let's do one last person. And who do I have here? Okay, I'm coming up with two people. I'll do Caroline Allen, and then let's see who the last person is. Okay. Caroline, hi Natasha. Thank you for your support and wisdom. Absolutely. Oh, no, we did do this one. Sorry, I did do you, Caroline. Now that I run. Okay, let's do two more people as I connect in. Hi again, Natasha. Anastasia here. Is there any message from my guides or healing? Thank you so much. Okay, Anastasia, let's connect into you. Yeah, so Anastasia, you're going through quite a bit of a purging at the moment, where you're letting go, and it's almost kind of like I feel it all the way from the depths of my stomach, all the way up my chest feels heavy. So I don't know if you're getting any heartburn, but there's a lot that it's too much right now. So there's a lot that you're starting to let go of, that is not you know there's a lot of purging right now. So the allowance of it also will help you to accelerate this. So it's that letting go. It's that remembering that we give meaning to life, which is important, and it's a knowing that. Yeah, it's definitely a surrender, a letting go. You're moving through shedding quite a lot. So if I think about it, you're in autumn or in fall, where you're letting go of all the leaves, and everything is disappearing for you. It's making space for new things to come in. So it's surrender to letting that go for sure. Okay, so that is quite important. Yeah, as you move into this new cycle, it's very natural to let go before you bring in, right? And it's almost kind of like, I think they've shown this to me before, where it's almost kind of like you need to let go of, like if you're in doing like the monkey bars as children, you have to let go of one arm in order to swing into the next. So it's that space of letting go in order to move forward, because when that one hand is free, you're able to grab onto something new. So it feels like there's very much of a change that is coming in there as well. Um, so let's see, Carl. Okay, hi Natasha. Any messages from my guides for the next days ahead? We'll push through finally after many attempts or whatever my guides say. Let's see what they say. Okay, Carl, let's see. So as I connect into your records, then like trying to find into the deal that is there. It's sometimes it's about pushing less, that is there, or so it's almost kind of like push less, and you're going to get to the stage where it's less pushing and more attracting that is coming in as well. It feels like your situation is going to change, and the opportunity is going to come from somewhere where you least expect it to come through. So sit in that space of open to receiving, trusting that everything will unfold as it needs to unfold. And that is very, very important in the sense of allowing things, knowing that there is divine timing in everything, but it's almost kind of like stop focusing on only your income or only your deals coming from one place. Open up to allowing that money to come in from somewhere else where you least expect it. So it's almost kind of like open up to the possibilities of magic and miracles showing up for you, which is completely important from that phase. So thank you, everybody, for being here, for allowing me to be of service in this way. I'm sending you all lots of love, lots of healing, lots of happiness, lots of joy, and a ton of money, because we looked at a lot of the financial aspect of it. But I'm sending you all, prosperity in life, in love, in money and time, in all areas of your life. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Have an amazing week, and I will see you all same time, same place.